Hi, everyone. Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my privilege today to bring you Anthony Welch. How you doing, Anthony?
Hi, Teresa. How are you? Thank you for having me on today.
I'm
Appreciate it.
thrilled to have. I'm great. I'm so happy to have you
Good.
today.
Yeah,
So,
okay. Glad to
everyone,
be here.
yeah, you already know our good friend Luciano, who
Yes.
absolutely wrote A Howling in Brooklyn. We've had him on
Yes.
here, and thank you, Tony. If you want to vote, perfect. We're
Yeah,
gonna
there you go, right
have the
here.
book up there.
Yep. Yep.
So why is Anthony here today? He
Yes.
is, you can't believe it, the screenwriter for
Hmm.
the upcoming movie for A
Yes.
Howling in Brooklyn. So we got a
Yes.
chance today to talk to him. So Tony,
Yes.
let's start at the beginning, shall we?
Sure. I'm an actor first. I've been acting since professionally since 1919, they say, 1982. I joined the Screen Actors Guild in 1985. So I've been an actor primarily first, and then I got into writing a little later on in life. And I'm writing the screenplay to this novel now. Luciano and I, we met through Facebook, actually. He sent me a friend request several years ago, probably early 2000s, I think. I'm not sure exactly. And from Grapevine, Texas. That's where he was living at the time. And I accepted it because we had a lot of mutual friends. And now he sent me the book, sent me a copy of the book. And I think, like you, I watched your podcast with him the other day. And when he sent me the book, I don't know if I'm going to get into this. This is not my genre, really. I read a lot too. And I've read a lot of screenplays as an actor, plays as an actor, books. And I said, one part of the book has my interest. The werewolf part, it's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not my thing. I haven't
Sure.
grown up with that. So I didn't know if I was even going to like it. But I started reading it. And before you know it, it was like, wow, this is a great story. This is really a creative twist and turn. And there's a lot of twists and turns in the book. I went to meet Luciano at one of his book signings. And that's the first time we actually met in person.
Sure.
And then James Catapano, who I think you also know.
I know
And he
James.
was
He's
there.
been on
Yes,
our show.
exactly. And we decided somehow that they wanted me to take a crack at writing the screenplay for this. I had in 2018, I actually created a series called Street Smart. I'm the creator and the executive producer. I was an actor in it. It was about the opioid crisis. We submitted it to the 2021 New York City Web Fest. It won for Best Pilot. It was a series. It was a pilot. So I
Sure.
wrote that, and they saw that, and I think that they liked my writing somewhat from there. And so I've written screenplays before, but this is my first adaptation, though, to tell you the truth. But I feel good about it because I've read this book twice, actually. And as I was reading it, the first time I just read it for enjoyment. And the second time I read it, now, if I was going to write it or if I was going to act in it, what would I do? Blah, 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 blah. And I took notes. So that's why I feel now. And I'm on track to finish it by or before October 31st, Halloween, which is
Oh,
perfect if you read
wow.
the
That
novel.
was quick.
Yeah, yeah. So far, we're going to see. The first draft, let's put it that way. There's always
Sure.
several drafts, but the first draft, and let's hope there aren't too many more after that, because I think I got the gist of it. I'm pretty confident that I do. And I've moved it along where it needs, I think, move along at the pace it needs to work at. So we'll see what they think. But so far, Luciano loves it. I've been in constant contact with him every time I finish new pages. I send it to him. He reads, he gets back to me. We've gone back and forth on that. So we're on the same page, literally. And we're good with that. So we're good with the whole thing.
Well done, Tony. I too love the book. And I'm just like you. It's not really a book that's not the genre that I'm used to. It's not the type of
Right.
book I would
Right.
normally read, but I
Hmm.
do like mysteries. So that kind
Yeah.
of fit
This
into
is
where
good.
I was going. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And you're right. The twists and turns, and then the ending, which I don't want to give away
Yeah.
here.
No, no, we don't want to do that. No.
No, but it was, I thought,
No spoilers.
brilliantly done.
Yeah, he did. It was a great job, great book, and for me to read it twice, even I don't read. And I read it twice. I said, let me see, because I thought he spoke
Yeah.
about maybe having me in the movie as one of the characters. If he has that kind of control, we don't know what's going to happen with this or
Yeah.
where it's going to go. But so I read it with that in mind, and then I also read it with in mind of being a writer, adapting it, because I explained to him that a lot of it is not may not be in there in the screenplay. Sometimes that happens with adaptations, but I'm trying to stay as true to the mystery and the twists and turns as possible, and I think I'm doing that, and he thinks I'm doing that. So we'll looking forward to actually having it on the big screen and seeing what happens when it goes.
I'm so excited for all
Yeah,
of you. I
yeah.
actually asked Luciano too. I said, I'm
Mhm.
hoping that you're able to keep it somewhat toward. I know books and movies end up to be quite a
Yeah,
bit different
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm hoping that you're able to create it, but that'll be up to you, of course, as the screenwriter for it. And I
Well,
guess
I
you
think,
have the
yeah.
movie that you have to decide what fits on a screen and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, there are situations in the book, and I might, without giving anything away, that a character explains what happened to
Right.
one character, then they explain later on to another character. You don't need to. You can allude to that. You can start that conversation because the audience has already seen it in the movie the first time. You know what I'm saying? So I chop it up a little bit, but I don't chop it up to hurt the story, just to move it along, move the pacing along, and keep the tension. Part of the pacing is up to the writer. Part of the pacing is up to who's going to direct it, obviously, and so forth and so on. So we'll see what happens. But I think I'm keeping true to the gist of the story, and I think Luciano agrees with that because, as I said, I send him
Yeah.
updates all the time on new pages, and he reads it, and he seems to be in agreement. So hopefully, we're on the right track. We think we are.
It's
So,
so exciting. I am so
mhm.
excited to see
Yeah,
this work happen. It's
yeah,
unfolding, and we've all, you know what I
great
find
story.
amazing, Anthony, is
Mm,
everyone in this community is
yeah.
so supportive of each other.
We try. Yeah, you have to be. People think it's a large community, but it's actually very small when you think about
Yeah.
it. When you think about your mutual friends and who you know and who you might come in contact with and who you've worked with 4 years ago, or who you may work with, or who knows whom that knows you and all that. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you have to love what you're doing. You have to
Yeah.
love it, and you have to want to do it, and you have to be supportive of each other because sometimes I'll be down, he'll be up, or he'll be down, and I'll be up. You pick each other up. Maybe at different times it happens, but it happens. So it needs
Yeah,
to
I
be
agree
different.
with that. And you're right, it is a small community, but you're all helping each other and you're all doing amazing work. Your talent is beyond words. I'm
Well, thank you.
always impressed when I see any of you. We talked about James Catapano. He was a
Yes. Yeah,
wonderful
he's a
guest
great guy.
on here. His
Yes,
camera work and so
he's
forth
a
that
great
he
guy.
does.
Yep.
And Nicole, of course, we all know Nicole for
Vegas, yeah.
Vegas.
Sure.
And
Sure.
she supports everyone too. She's
Yeah.
such a
Mhm.
talented person and but
Yeah.
also very giving and very helpful as well.
Mhm.
So I've had
Mhm.
the pleasure of meeting so many great people and yourself, Anthony.
Thank you. You too. I try to give Luciano, I give advice when I can based on my past experiences.
Sure.
And sometimes I'll tell him, we'll have discussions, and I tell him, this is what I know from my past experience with my series Street Smart, or from 1985 to now. I've been in the industry, and I lived out in LA for 5 years. So I did the Hollywood thing, and I've had some big meetings with some big producers. Or small,
Sure.
I've run the gamut. I left the industry for about 15, 16 years. To get married, came back to it recently, but I've stayed in touch with a lot of people. And that's where you really realize the community, because even though I left the industry for about 15 years,
Yeah.
I stayed in touch with a lot of those people, supported them, went to their screenings, read their books, whatever, went to their plays, whatever the case may be. And now I'm back in it, and it's like we never left each other. So that helps.
That's
But
awesome. Anthony, can
yeah,
we go granular on some of your work? What did you do? Can we talk about some of the work?
I've done the most recent thing, like I said, with Street Smart. I wrote it. It was a series. It was a pilot episode based on. It's about the opioid epidemic or crisis in America, basically.
Oh,
And it has a little bit of the element of what Luciano's story has. It's about a mob family, and
okay.
there's one that's not involved in drugs, but his son ODs. He's friends with my character's son, and the mystery and blah 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 blah, and it goes on and on. And it won. It won. It was nominated for a best pilot, outstanding achievement in writing for myself, and best action suspense. We didn't win writing or best action suspense, but we did win best pilot for
Oh,
2021. But it's a series. So that's a whole different ball game structurally, financially from a feature film. But a lot of it's the same and a lot of it's different.
where's
I've
it
worked on,
airing now, Anthony?
it was on Footprint Media.
Footprint.
Footprint Media, who was one of the sponsors, excuse me, one of the sponsors of the New York City NYC Web Fest
Sure.
2021. So they've been playing it. And that's it right now, because that was a proof of what we call a proof of concept pilot. So we made the pilot, but it was like 19, 20 minutes to give people an idea of what it could be.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Sure.
then they would reshoot it maybe and pick it up and all that. So we didn't get any other takers, but it's out there. Yeah, it's still available. I'll have 8 other scripts ready to go. If
Okay.
anybody wants to pick it up, they're ready, they're written, they're ready to go. And I've acted over the years. I had a small background role in The Irishman, Martin Scorsese film, where I'm walking Al Pacino out of the prison in The Irishman. He plays Jimmy Hoffa, and he's getting released. And so it's one prison guard. I'm the other prison guard. He's in the middle and he's walking out. They played that
Oh,
clip at the
that's
Academy.
exciting.
They played that clip at the Academy Awards when he got nominated for an Academy Award. So I've gotten a lot of mileage out of that clip. That was
Oh,
a fun
yeah, that's
experience to
great.
be on that set. Yeah, with Martin Scorsese and that talent. I've done plays. I'm theater trained first. That's right. I picked up my training at Lee Strasberg Theater Institute. I studied with Lee Strasberg back in the 80s, and in the Institute, I've had some sit-in sessions. I'm not a member, but I've had some sit-in sessions at the Actors Studio, the famous Actors Studio when Lee was alive. So I'm theater trained. I wrote a play recently that I'm hoping to get produced in 2026. It's about the dating industry, dating people of a certain age, older age dating. I don't want to say golden age, but older age, and the
Sure.
struggles and all the challenges they have with that. And there's comedic moments in it, but there's some heavy moments in it. But it's a one-act play. And so far, it's gotten some good response, positive response. So we're going to see. I'm going to enter it into a few one-act festivals, several one-act festivals soon for 2026, and we'll see what happens with that. So, in addition to working on Howling in Brooklyn, so we'll see. But I've been acting on and off for many years. As I
Yeah.
said, I'm in Screen Actors Guild since 1985.
Oh,
So
nice.
I mostly get cast as a cop or a detective
I
or the
could see
cop
that.
role. Yeah. So that's what he wants me to play in this book. That's what I played in Street Smart. Some people think I'm a real cop. I did a film background, a small part years ago with Peace, Love, and Misunderstanding. And then it was Jane Fonda and Catherine Keener and a few other people. And as we're sitting around, I'm in a full police uniform in Woodstock, New York. And she came up to me, Jane Fonda. She said, "Are you real or are you one of them?" You know, because that's how real.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean,
I
I
can
get,
believe that.
and that's a compliment because I've been on sets before where actually they have motion picture police or whatever, and they come up to me and they ask me how many years have I been on the job. And I said, "What job are you talking about? I'm not real." "Oh, really? Wow, okay." Because the way I've held myself, or
Sure.
just the look itself, but then when the look, and I've gone on ride arounds with a lot of police officers and things like that. So I've done a lot of studying of police officers and law
Oh, sure,
enforcement.
sure.
In addition to the look, I hold myself a certain way on set. So that's why I guess I get that. I've gotten that reaction, but it's been fun. I enjoy it. And as I said, I've left, I've come back, and now I'm looking to go full speed ahead with this project. And if not, then if it'll work out, if they keep me on, they hopefully will, then we'll go forward and I'll be fine.
Now,
And
let me ask you, Anthony. So, if you projected out the next 5 years, if you had your favorite, would you prefer to act or like doing the screenwriting?
excuse me,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Acting, because I enjoy both, but acting is really what I would like to do further out. But the screenwriting or the writing itself is fine for me. I usually write for my own opportunity, so that either I'll, not in this case, but like with the play that I just mentioned,
Yeah.
or with Street Smart, I usually write with a part for myself in mind to produce my own work, to produce
Okay.
my own. So I give other actors an opportunity to work or write or direct, but I'm also in it myself as well.
Sure.
You create your own opportunities in this business sometimes, especially now. There's a downturn in the industry a little bit. We're struggling, and I'm not even going to go into the AI things. We had a whole big strike about that I
Yeah.
was on a picket line with and all that. But so I prefer to act, but I have no problem just writing and doing that. And with the play, what I might do is I wrote one of the parts for myself. But if it goes further and keeps rotating in repertory, I might just pull myself out of it and give another actor an opportunity to play that part. Maybe I'll direct it because I've
Oh,
directed
sure.
before, or maybe I'll just keep on writing. So I'm open to a lot of things, but I prefer to. The long answer is I prefer to with the acting. Yeah.
Oh, okay, very good. Because, and there is a long answer because I do understand you have to have a lot of different areas of talent so you can
Yeah.
fill in and be ready for the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
project. And of course, you probably have some skills that you can bring along in your toolbox that you're able to use.
Yeah. When I wrote Street Smart, it was a pilot episode that took place in one day, one full day
Sure,
from beginning to end. And I was on, so I was in almost pretty much every scene
sure.
because I'm one of the main characters. But on the set, one of the challenges I had was because I was the writer, a lot of the actors would come to me to ask me questions rather than the director. And I said, you have to go to the director because right here, my hat right now is just as an actor. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm on set as an actor. I don't want to discuss the motivation of the character with you or why I wrote that. That's for the director to discuss with you. I've done it all in terms of I've directed before, and I think it's easier to direct something that you've written
Oh,
than
I
not
agree.
written. because I wrote that and they came to me. But so that, yeah, I enjoy doing it all. I love the creative aspect of everything in this industry, whether it be the stage, film, whatever the case may be. But I really, I got involved in acting to create other characters, become other characters, to become, I've gotten typecast as a police officer or a cop, but I like to, if you go on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, I have different looks, a lot of different looks that I like. That sometimes confuses people. I know that's probably not so good, but that's what I got it because casting sometimes they don't know. Does he have a beard now? Does he not have a beard now? Is this his look
Oh,
now?
I see.
So,
Okay,
but for me as an actor, I did that because that's what I like to do. I like to
sure.
take on other roles and other places and other people. I just don't want to play the same role over and over. I'm happy to get that work all the time. It's fine with me. But from the artistic point, I just enjoyed playing a lot of other roles, a lot of other roles. So
I can understand that. I
yeah,
can. And
yeah,
everyone has their favorite, right? You have your niche that
yeah.
you really, right?
Yeah. You niche, and now it's called brand. It's
Yeah,
just you
yeah,
have to have a
brand, yeah.
brand. No, but you're right. I'm saying niche, but you're right. They'll say, "What's your brand? What's your brand?" You have to stick with your brand, and that's what I mean. The brand is the look. They want the same look. They want you to be consistent. That's of course pigeonholing the actor. An actor will think they're being pigeonholed, which they will be. They'll be. But hey, listen, you can pigeonhole me if you want to give me that work. I take the work. I enjoy it. I'm not complaining about it. But originally, that's what people ask me. What made you get into acting? That's the answer. Is that I like to take on a lot of different roles and a lot of
Sure.
different looks and play a lot of different people. Maybe I'm not doing that now because I have to have a brand. I understand that. That's fine. That's okay. But originally, that's where I came from with it. And that's why I do. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I can
Yeah.
understand that, Anthony, truly. And now,
Yeah.
if someone wanted to
Yeah.
reach out to you today because
Yeah.
they may have projects, they may have something they maybe they want you to
Sure.
screen, what's the
Yeah.
best place to get a hold of you?
I have an Instagram. It's official Tony Welch. And Tony and Anthony, actually it's official Anthony Welch. I go
Sure.
with Tony to my friends, family, and industry people that I know well. But for official purposes, legal purposes, it's Anthony. And I had to have that for SAG. And I couldn't join as Tony. I had to join as Anthony. So I stuck with Anthony.
Sure.
So I have an Instagram page. It's official Anthony Welch. I have a Facebook page that's Tony Welch.
Okay.
I have an IMDb that's Tony Welch, but and actually no, my IMDb is Anthony Welch. So IMDb, you can reach me as Anthony Welch. Facebook is Tony Welch. Instagram is Anthony Welch, official Anthony Welch. And then of course my email is welchevents1@gmail.com.
So I'm going to make sure, Anthony, everything's in the show notes of everything you
Thank
just
you.
said. You don't have to
If I
worry.
didn't confuse
Send it.
you, I'm
What's
sorry.
that?
If I didn't confuse you, I was
No,
trying to
not at
memorize
all. I'm going to put it
Anthony,
all in
Tony,
the
Tony,
show.
Anthony.
Yeah, I'll put it all in the show notes. They'll be able to just click on it and go to
Thank
where
you.
you are. So that's
Thank
not a
you.
problem.
Thank you.
I always ask though where people want to be connected to, because some just want a
Yeah.
specific place and some don't mind if it's all over social media. I actually follow
Yeah.
you on social media.
Yes,
And
we do. Yes. Thank you.
yeah, I'm thrilled about what you're doing. I want to circle back a little bit because you
Sure.
talked about a series that you've done. Just to make sure, can you say again where we can look up that?
That was on Footprint Media.
Can they get that still today, or is
You
there?
can. You can look up Street Smart Pilot,
Okay,
and it's on Footprint TV.
okay,
It's called Footprint.tv, but it's Street Smart Pilot
sure.
2021. It's a proof of concept pilot. It's just one episode because that was the concept that we had.
I just
And
want to make sure we can, if they want to look at it, they can look at it
yeah.
here. So no,
Yeah, and I
no
might
worries.
maybe I'll put it back up on one of my pages too.
Sure, just so they
Facebook
can see
page.
what you're doing. That might
Yeah,
be an
yeah, we can do
idea.
that. Sure, okay. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem.
Hopefully, I mean, it's still out there, so it's still a relevant topic. What's the opioid crisis?
Now
It's a mystery, thriller, and there's a lot of action going on. So, plus, it's an important topic still. So we'll see what happens with that. But as of right now, that's what we have. We have filmed.
Now, I want one more thing, everyone. I want you to take a look at the book again, if you don't mind showing that
Oh,
again,
sure,
Anthony.
sure. Yep. Howling in
So,
Brooklyn. I'll cover my face.
Anthony is the screenwriter for
And the
A
bookmark.
Howling in Brooklyn. There we go.
I have a
And
T-shirt, but I'm not wearing it. So sorry.
that's okay. I have one too, and I'm not wearing it. We'll have to do it next time,
Yeah.
Anthony.
Okay.
But everyone, if you've read the book, absolutely, you want to look at the new movie that's coming up. But
Yeah.
if you haven't had the book, do go over and I got mine. You can go on Amazon, you can go on
Hmm.
Barnes and Noble, take
Yeah.
get the book and order it, and then you'll be ready for when the movie
Luciano has a
comes out.
website too. I forgot what it was, but he has a website,
Yeah, I'll
Luciano.
have it all here too for
Yeah.
that. No
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And then, and because everyone knows Luciano, and now we got the
Yeah.
pleasure of knowing
Oh,
Anthony.
well, thank you. Thank you.
We're all excited for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anthony, it was
Yes.
truly my pleasure today.
Mine
Honestly,
too. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm thrilled that you came on. Now,
Thank you.
everyone, this is Anthony Welch. He's the screenwriter for Howling in Brooklyn. Take a look at the book that he has out, and we're going to take a look at that screenwriting as soon as it comes back. Now, I have another question.
Yeah.
Anthony, would you come
Sure.
back and do another episode when the
Oh,
movie's
absolutely.
over?
Sure. Sure. I love it. I love it. I'd love to.
We'd
You're
love to
great. You're
see you
wonderful.
again.
You're very cheerful. You're wonderful. And yeah, absolutely. All the time. Anytime. Just let me know.
Wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
thrilled that you're going to do
Sure.
that. Now,
Thank you.
yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. Anthony, thank you again. And to everyone, this
Sure.
is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. Do subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate that. I hope you're all having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all soon.